everyone, it's Claire here from Goddess Enchantments and welcome to Friday's Wisdom from the Cauldron. So today we're going to be talking all about wands. It is a very popular topic. There's always a lot of questions surrounding wands, picking a wand, what type of wand you should use, and all the different types there are, and there are so many now. In Wicca, traditionally, the wand would represent the element of air or occasionally fire. But these days, wands are made by many craftspeople who work with wood, work with polymer clay, all sorts of people. And they can be made to work with all the elements or for specific elements. So it's not, unless you're following a very strict Wiccan path and training with a coven with initiation steps and things, then these days there's less of a focus on the wand having to represent air. But traditionally in Wicca, it does represent air and occasionally fire. So I do hope you cannot hear my belly rumbling. I have eaten. I don't know why it's rumbling. I think I may be a bit ungrounded because I've been doing a lot of work this morning. So if it is grumbling, I apologize. I'm going to have a drink because that will help ground me. This is my kitty mug. There's me when I was much younger. I was in my 20s then. Oh, the 20s. I was in my 20s then as well. The mug of years gone by. So anyway, I'm distracted. Anything with cats on, particularly my cats, I'm very distracted. I watched the first season of Cats versus Dogs with Jackson Galaxy the other day. I love my cat from hell. And I have to say, this new one's very good. The dog trainer lady, I cannot remember her name. She is a bit feisty. Sometimes I think Jackson, he pussyfoots around, excuse the pun. But if they've not done what they need to do in serious situations, she's gone tell them. So highly recommend. But anyway, we're talking about wands. So we've gone way off topic. Wands. Yes, so your wand is a really sacred tool. You use it for opening and closing circle, for charging items, drawing down the moon, invoking deity. You can use it to send and receive energy. And as an extension of yourself, your wand becomes an extension of you. So when you're casting circle and your arm is out, then your energy is flowing down this arm into the wand where it becomes an extension of you, and it basically melds with the energy and vibration of the material of what your wand is, as well as the energy and vibration that your wand has picked up over the months and years of you using it. So you don't need 100 different wands. You don't need a different wand for prosperity work than you do for love magic or working with your ancestors, unless you want to have a dedicated wand, in which case, if it's something you're drawn to, go ahead and do it. But to make a tool really powerful, especially something like your wand, you want to have it on your main altar all the time, and you want to work with it in all of your ritual situations. If you're doing journey work, I always recommend that you cast circle during journey. Again, use your wand because it is gathering and storing and magnifying energy, and its energy and your energy become kind of joint. So it is truly an extension of yourself. So don't rush into buying a wand. Really think about it first. If you're going to purchase from somewhere, look into it, meditate on it, think about it. If you want to make a wand yourself, then think about what kind of wood you're wanting, if you're wanting to use wood. And then go and find the trees or the woodland that you would like that wood from, because you don't want to cut wood off of a tree or a bush or anything like that. Ideally, you don't want an old, fallen, dried piece of mouldy wood. You want a fresh piece that has been recently dropped by the tree. So if you've got a particular area with the tree type you're after working with, go there, ask the tree for its permission and if it can drop you a piece of wood if there's not some already available that's freshly fallen for you to take and dry out at home and work with, and then go back periodically. Making your own wand can be something that takes time, just like finding your own wand when you want to buy one. So it's not going to be instant. Does this mean you cannot cast circle and you cannot do your magical work in the meantime? No. I think that's why a lot of people do run out and buy the first wand that they see, or go on eBay and find the first one that looks reasonably nice to them, because they think they can't get started without it. Your index finger is a great wand. It's connected to you, obviously. You can send energy through it. Use that as a wand in the meantime. If you don't want to use your finger, you can completely visualize your circle and call in energy. A wand is just an extension of you, so don't think you don't have the energy and the abilities to do those things without one. So that's just something I really want to note, because it can be very easy to rush into it and you are going to have this wand a long time. So different types of wands. Now obviously go for the wand that you are drawn to. You don't have to take my word on what my favorite type of wand is. If yours is a wand that I'm not particularly fond of, it has to be unique to you, not my opinion or your favorite witchy author's opinion or someone on Google's opinion. What's your opinion? Now, the first type I'm going to talk about is an all wooden wand, which would have been the traditional wand in Wiccan practice. It would have been all wood and, you know, decorated, not decorated, could have been really simple. This one's wood. It's got a velvet, like almost ribbon around it, and mine is pyrographed, because I had this wand specifically made for my matron goddess. So this is her wand. It goes on her altar, and it just so happened that the artist that I wanted to do the artwork for this wand makes her wands in all wood. It would not be my choice for my actual everyday wand. For me, wood doesn't direct and magnify energy as easily and as effectively as wands including crystals. Now, if this had a crystal point on the end, clear quartz point, it would be a completely different matter. Ooh, as wand goes flying. I'm not insulting you. I love you. I love you. See, my wand will get upset. More likely, my goddess will get upset. But no, this is an absolutely beautiful wand. I'm not showing you all of the artwork and details on this because she doesn't want me to. And that's why you will never see my main deity altar on this channel. I've had a lot of questions, people asking me, can I do a room tour or an altar tour? And yes, I can. There are certain altars you can see. You're not going to see this one. So that's that wood. Now, benefits of it, it's tactile. You can make them yourself. You can find someone that works with wood, easily available, usually pretty affordable depending on if you are buying them and having artwork put on them. You can decorate them yourself very easy. If you can do pyrography, then you can do some pyrographing and really get into it with the wood ones. Now, my preference, this is my wand. Okay, it is wood. At this end is selenite, which is a very high vibration stone. Low vibrations do not survive around it, so it keeps the energy in my container that I've created of a high vibration. And at this end is a clear quartz point, which is single terminated, obviously, so there's one point, which magnifies and really helps that energy flow through the wand. It's also decorated with other crystals, and it has a goddess on it. This was handcrafted for me. I have had this wand, my husband bought it for me, I think about 11 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And I have used this in every single ritual, working, journey, everything since, basically, short of when I'm using my wooden wand to work with specific deity. So this is my main wand. When you have a single termination, it's very easy for you to direct and send out energy. So when I'm doing my circle and I am having the energy through my arm, through here, and I am directing it, I get a very specific energy flow through here that I can direct. If I am calling in energy, I can very specifically direct it. So that for me is a real bonus of having a quartz point. Quartz also magnifies and records, so it's like a little data collection of all the magical workings I have previously done. So that's why it's my choice and my preference to always go for a wand that has a quartz point on one end, and the rest is just extras. So that's that type. They're really your magical wands. Now, of course, this could also be double terminated. This had another one of these at this end, then you could send and receive energy very easily with the same tool, and use that magically as well. But that's the main two types. There are now metal ones, it's worth saying. Not my personal preference. As you can see, I don't have one, but maybe that will appeal to you. There are some all FIMO and oven baked clay type ones that may appeal to you. It's really looking for what is calling out for you specifically, and what you want the wand for, what you want the wand to look like, and what energy you want it to hold. So the next type of wand is a double terminated wand. So a double terminated has a point here and a point this size. This is a rutilated quartz, so in there are tourmaline bars. This is the type of wand you want if you are going to activate a grid. I have a video on that if you want to know how to do it. Because it's double terminated, it means that I am sending energy from me into the grid, and from the grid back to me. So I am connecting myself in with the grid. If you want to do crystal healing and you want to do an energy exchange, so if you do Reiki and you have a friend that does Reiki and you want to practice long distance Reiki sessions, if you both have a double terminated quartz wand like this, then I can send Reiki through and out to the other person, and they hold their wand and they can send energy out to me and receive it back. So that's what you would want a double terminated wand for. Same if working with a client. I can draw energy up from the earth this way and send energy into a client. I can send energy on a loop with this type of wand. It's really more for crystal healing. You could absolutely use this ritually to cast your circle and to do any kind of ritual work if this is your chosen type of wand. Now, actually, before I move on, so this is relevant to the next one, this is a cut and polished quartz wand. Now, if you are in the crystal community, if you are trained in crystal therapy like I am, there are two schools of thoughts on this kind of thing. Now, the points are called the apex on a crystal. So regardless of what crystal it could be, Could be a smoky quartz, it could be a rose quartz, it could be, you know, any crystal that comes out and has a point. That is its apex. Same if it's polished. These are the apexes. They are where the energy flows in or out of. Now, like I say, this has been carved, polished, cut into this. So we have given it the apexes. Man has given it these apexes because this is the way it polished up nicest. Its original apex may have been here, and they may have took off a hell of a lot of crystal to get this wand. There's a lot of waste when they polish and cut crystals. So the argument is, in the crystal therapy community, that the energy of a crystal like this is off. So would not be one that you would want to use for healing or directing energy. Now, half the community will say that, and half the community will say, no, it has no bearing on it. As long as it has the apexes, you can feel it, you can feel the flow of energy through it, and if it's moving smoothly or not. So it's something to look into if you want to get more into the crystal therapy side of things when it comes to looking for points. This is the same with generators, wands, any crystal with a point, okay? So this crystal is a Tibetan quartz crystal, and this is completely natural. This has not been polished. This is a very high quality, expensive specimen. And let me come a bit closer so you can see. It has a point here and it has a point here. It is double terminated, and these are its natural apexes. So energy will flow through this very easily in the way that it is meant to, okay, according to some. So how you feel about the two is up to you, but I wanted to give you information on both because I'm all about information, education, you having the knowledge, and then see what feels right for you. If this is for you, awesome. If this is for you, awesome. If you want to mix them, I like to mix them, great. I have preferences on what I'll use where, but I use both. I've only ever had 2 crystals that were cut and polished where I felt the energy was completely off because it wasn't coming out the correct apex. If you get used to crystal energy, then you understand that more and more, and the more you try to direct energy with it, if you feel a blockage there, then that could be the problem. And the last type of wand we're going to talk about today is this type of wand. These are actually from the shop because I went crystal shopping for Goddess Enchantments on Saturday just gone. This one is Bloodstone, and this one is Red Jasper. Okay, so as you can see with both of these, they do not have any points. They are smooth at both ends. Now the reason for this is because these are crystal healing wands. These are not wands you would use to activate a grid. These are not wands you would necessarily use to cast circle. I do know some people that do, and if that works for you, then stick with it for sure. But generally speaking, these wouldn't always be for casting circle, but people do. But they are crystal healing wands. Now, how you use these is you can use them for massage on yourself, on family, friends, animals, clients, if you work with clients. You can literally take them of the appropriate stone, and if you had a pain in your wrist, you can massage your wrist with it and direct the energy through, sending the healing from this stone into that painful area. You can use massage oils with these to actually give proper massage. You can do light massage and very sensitive massage with these over painful areas using either end, one's fatter than the other, or even the side. And some people like to even do deep tissue massage with these, but you do need to know what you're doing for that. Don't just go fiddling with that. You'll cause yourself more pain than not. So you can do healing work that way. They are safe to use with massage oils, as long as you make sure your stone is appropriate and you're not using a toxic stone or a friable stone, for example. But bloodstone, that will be fine with. Red jasper, that will be fine with. The other way you can use this type of wand is to hold it. So if you are meditating, doing a healing journey, if you want to give yourself a crystal healing session, you could take a wand and hold it in your hand while working with it. You can lay it on a painful place. I like to have two of them and have one in each hand and lay or sit down, and I face them so they're inwards like this, so that I can go down and rest my hands but direct the energy in and up my arm to where it's needed in my body. So that's a really good way of using them. If you have pets, now warning, I'm very insane about pet safety. I can't even go there, okay? If you have a dog that is large enough to swallow one of these, do not put it near your dog. If you have a dog that's likely to chew on one of these, do not put this near your dog, okay? If you are going to give your animal a crystal treatment, you need to be with them 100% of the time, particularly, that's not how you say it, particularly dogs. Okay, I cannot stress enough, you do not want your dogs to eat this, chew on it, crunch it up, or anything else. Most of them are very tough, but there are some big dogs that could probably swallow this whole. All right. With my cats, they love a crystal treatment. They don't chew things, they don't bite things. The most they might do if they didn't want a crystal treatment is tap it away. So I can actually lay these against my cats. And this is something you can do with your dogs as well for safety purposes. If you have a dog bed or a cat bed that has a zip around the base pillow or around the outside of it, you can undo that zip, put this inside and zip it up. So they can, every time they get in their basket, be having a healing treatment, okay? But pet safety, people, pet safety. Cannot have harmed pets. So give your pets treatments. Children can have treatments. Again, tiny people, although then if they can swallow that, I mean, but kids, stay with them. Don't be leaving people alone. But you can give treatments to your family members with something as simple as this type of wand, because all they have to do is hold it. Even someone who is quite resistant to alternative therapies like crystal therapy and stuff, if you just ask them to sit holding this while they're watching the TV in the evening, most people will do it. If anything, just to try and prove you wrong. So choose your stone wisely. For example, bloodstone is all round healer. It heals all the body systems, physical, emotional, mental, everything, but it is particularly good for physical problems, chronic illness, acute illness, ideal for both. If you suffer with any kind of chronic pain or painful diseases, problems like that, this is a great stone for pain. It's also very protective. Red jasper, for example, you would use if you need to stabilize energy, if you need to become more grounded with your energy. If you're someone that has problems like back issues and sciatica and stuff like that, jasper's a really good stone for that. Emotional healing and like nervous system healing, jasper, red jasper. Took me a minute. I'm extremely tired. It got very warm last night and I could not sleep again. But anyway, let's not go into another digression. So these ones are great for your healing ones. So that's really a little look at wands. I hope it has helped you decide maybe what type of wand you want to go for, or maybe you have wands and you just don't know how to use them. If you would like a video of me showing you how to cast circle with a wand, then let me know in the comments down below. I will get hubby to hold the camera and film me cast a circle, and we can do that. That's it from me. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Come over to the website and take a look. There's some great crystals. The Mabon ritual kit is now out. You can come over to the closed group where I'm about to run a giveaway. So that's it from me. Have a wonderful day. Blessed be.